So today was the reveal for the last Smash fighter who you all know is Sora at this point. I'm not really a Kingdom Hearts fan, but I still thought it was cool to see a big name like that represented in Smash, even if my Dark Souls dreams were crushed. Now that we're at the end of Smash Ultimate, I wanted to give our savior, Daddy Sakurai, a big old sloppy kiss and a sincere thank you for putting in the work to make this game possible. I was first introduced to Smash when I went over to my rich friend's house where he had a Wii and a copy of Brawl. I had never done anything in my pathetic 7 years of life that was more fun than playing that game. Everything was so cool to me. The way Mario could double jump and do all these twirly flippy thingies, the items, the final smashes. I could finally play out those Mario vs Sonic animations I used to watch on YouTube all the time. This shit was nuts to me. I shit you not, I thought about Brawl every day after that. When my friend would invite me over, I would only want to play Smash. It was the entire reason I begged my parents for a Wii, and when I finally had a copy for myself, I was beyond addicted. It was the game my friends and I became competitive over. We were always fighting to see who was the best. That was how I got a prepubescent raging boner for the series, and I'm sure a lot of you probably had similar stories. When I was in middle school, it was announced that there would be a new Smash coming out, and just like my boy Kendrick, my shit became an Eiffel Tower. It was coming on the 3DS? What? How? And it runs at 60 frames? Mega Man and Pac-Man are in this game? What? This shit did not feel real. And it would be getting DLC? It was everything my 7-year-old self would dream of when I looked up those fake Brawl rosters on Google Images. This was when I learned all of this craziness was piloted by a man called Masahiro Sakurai. I know there are plenty of talented people behind the scenes who worked hard on this series, but Sakurai was the man who was the head of it all. He would be the one presenting the directs, posting sneak peeks on Twitter, and generally be the one who had everything to do with Smash. All of the good times I had playing this game could basically be attributed to this guy. And even though he didn't know me, when I became familiar with him, I was always happy to see him. Ever since the original Smash on 64, my guy has been putting in work. You can just tell when he talks about the game that he loves what he makes. There is attention to detail in the movesets of characters, the taunts, the victory screens, hell, even the classic mode that nobody fucking plays. But just because he loves what he does, doesn't mean it's easy. During the Smash Wii U era, people would point out that homie had a tired look in his eyes, and they were pretty spot on actually. His workload was immense. If you just do a little bit of research on the topic, he was constantly holding meetings, overseeing other people, and even contributing to the development of the game himself. In one instance, he worked for over a year without a day off.
What? What the fuck?
He said he couldn't take a break because doing so would just make the workload worse. In 2013, he was working so hard, he had an arm injury that even after 2 years was not fully healed. Yet he still came in to work. He even had food poisoning. But this G was just like, just give me an IV, and went back to work. This man is actually insane. I don't want to give the impression that he was being crunched by Nintendo. He has said multiple times that he can work for as little as a day a week, or just phone in if he really wanted to. So long as the game was being worked on, he really had all the control to say, yeah, I'ma just work 9 to 5 for a week. But he didn't. Should he have done what he did? No, probably not. But it gives you insight as to the kind of mindset he has. In this interview with the director of Tekken, he shares how difficult it is developing games and how working too much can easily cut your life down. He says, even if you work hard on making a game, sometimes you get picked on, things don't go well, and there are many setbacks that can happen. By getting picked on, he's more than likely referring to the harassment and even death threats people send his way after he commits horrible sins like having Waluigi as an assist trophy, or any other dumb shit people want to cry about. When Sakurai couldn't make the Ice Climbers work on the 3DS and cut the character, I remember so many people losing their shit. It was likely that he did everything he could and didn't take the decision lightly. But why not trash the man who also got Pac-Man and Mega Man in the game? Like, okay buddy, now that Ultimate is out, how many Icy mains are there? Yeah, 0.7. He said he's thought about quitting multiple times, probably because he tries to please the smelliest, horniest, and most annoying babies in gaming. But at the end of the day, he perseveres and tries to make us happy. With Ultimate, Sakurai gave us his piece de resistance of the series. And I know you hear it all the fucking time that it's the biggest crossover in all of gaming, but that's because it's true. We might not ever see anything like this ever again. It really is something special that has to be commended when this man and his team put together all these characters from different games and do it with love and care. He has put blood, sweat, and jizz into this series for us to enjoy. When he said, "I wonder if I'll ever get a break," in that one direct, I immensely felt bad, and I hope he makes some time for himself to just relax. I just want to say thank you for all the time and effort you put in to make us happy, and all the indirect things you've done. For creating the biggest fighting game of all time. But Alan, it's not a fighting game. Yeah, whatever, shut the fuck up, man. For putting a Nintendo game through the competitive door, for the hype I've experienced, for fulfilling childhood dreams, for the friends I've made because of this game, for even letting me discover Etika because of his Mega Man reaction video. I miss that man very much, and I always have him in my mind whenever something Smash related is announced. And just thanks for everything, Sakurai. Despite being the face of Smash, he's still humble. He's constantly thanking the fans despite how many times they've bitten his hand. He always reiterates how much of an honor it is to work on a series like Smash Bros, even with all the stress. During the interviews I watched, it was nice to hear his approach to making games, and even how he's a car enthusiast. He feels like one of the most human developers in the industry. How could you ever harass this good soul? I sincerely hope this is not the end of Smash Bros. You've been saying that since Melee, and I'm starting to think you're crying wolf, Mr. Sakurai. I definitely wouldn't mind a continuous update of Ultimate, since a new game would be hard to top it. But whether something new does or doesn't come out, I'll be forever grateful for what we've already been given. Have a good one, guys.
あ、スマッシュボムになっちゃいましたね。それでは皆さんごきげんよう。